Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders may be stuck in a frustrating 3-8 season, heading into their bye week. But the storyline brewing around the franchise right now feels bigger than any single game on the schedule. It's the kind of off-season drama that fans love, the kind that fuels debates on talk shows and lights up comment sections late into the night, and this one, in particular, centers on a potential reunion that fans in Washington have been daydreaming about ever since Jayden Daniels took his first snap in burgundy and gold. The possibility of bringing in star wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, the whispers have been lingering for months, the social media breadcrumbs, the clips, the not-so-subtle hints, but now the story has legs. Real legs, as Aiyuk looks increasingly likely to hit the open market, and if that happens, Washington won't just be in the mix, they'll be the favorite, heavy favorite. Daniels' team could finally give him the guy he's been wanting back at his side. The relationship between Aiyuk and the San Francisco 49ers hasn't just cooled off. It has plummeted into a full-blown free fall. This isn't a sudden shock either. The tension has been simmering for well over a year. Aiyuk signed what was supposed to be a long-term extension worth $120 million. The kind of deal that screams stability and mutual commitment, but now, only 15 months later, everything is unraveling in dramatic fashion. It started with frustration, then a holdout, then public appearances where Aiyuk openly talked about his desire to play elsewhere. His rehab stretched on, communication with the team deteriorated, and the optimism the 49ers once had about their star returning to form dwindled faster than anyone expected. What really pushed the situation over the edge was San Francisco making the shocking decision to void his 2026 guarantees, over $25 million, because of missed meetings, skipped team activities, and what they describe as Aiyuk going completely off schedule from what they expected. And most stunning of all, he didn't fight it. He didn't file a grievance. He didn't try to claw back the money he was entitled to. He just let it go. That one move, letting go of more than $25 million, without blinking, tells you everything you need to know about where Brandon Aiyuk stands. This isn't about the money anymore. This is about escape. This is about wanting out so badly that not even guaranteeing his financial security could keep him in San Francisco another year. Once that piece fell into place, the league connected the dots instantly. A release feels inevitable, and when it becomes official, he won't cost a draft pick, won't require negotiations with the 49ers, won't need an off-season circus of trade rumors. He will simply hit the market as a free agent with one mission: join the quarterback he trusts the most, the guy he's bonded with on and off the field, the friend he openly talked about playing with. Long before this drama even reached its boiling point, Jayden Daniels and Brandon Aiyuk go way back to their Arizona State days. But their chemistry extends far beyond their time in the Pac-12. The way these two interact publicly makes it feel like the type of connection that NFL front offices crave. A quarterback who wants a receiver who wants that quarterback, and both players genuinely believing they can elevate each other to another level. Fans remember the moment Aiyuk posted that screenshot of Daniels at the Commanders' practice facility, an image that instantly ignited Washington's social media. Then there were the appearances together on the pivot, the workouts, the conversations, the jokes, the flat-out admissions from Aiyuk himself hinting that playing with Daniels wasn't just a possibility, but something he would happily embrace if the opportunity came. He said the quiet part out loud months ago when he joked, "There's a quarterback right there. I'm thinking about what I can do with him." At the time, it sounded like smoke. Now, it feels like prophecy. Washington has every reason to take this seriously. The front office knows the offense needs more playmakers. They've seen how quickly injuries can zap the unit's explosiveness. They've watched Daniels shoulder more of the load as the season has gone on. Aiyuk would immediately give them a reliable separator, a player who wins on intermediate routes, a guy who can take pressure off Daniels by providing a trustworthy, explosive option who understands timing, spacing, and how to work with him instinctively. Yes, there are questions about his knee. Yes, his rehab has been long, but he was originally projected to be ready around September. And by the time 2026 rolls around, he'll have had more than enough time to return fully healthy. The Commanders can manage his workload, ease him back, and still add another young receiver in the draft. Aiyuk isn't the only answer, but he could be the piece that unlocks the best version of their young quarterback. On the contract side, Washington is positioned beautifully. They won't have to give up any capital to acquire him. They have the cap space flexibility to get creative, and most importantly, Daniels himself could help the team get a friendlier deal. If there's anyone Aiyuk would take a discount for, it's him. The fact that he walked away from guaranteed money shows that he values the right situation over the biggest check, and Washington can give him exactly what he wants: a fresh start, a quarterback he trusts, and a front office ready to build an offense around youth, chemistry, and continuity. There's another layer to all of this: the future of Washington's receiver room. Terry McLaurin's contract decisions loom large after next season. Deebo Samuel's situation also needs clarity this upcoming offseason, depending on how aggressively Washington wants to reshape the room. None of these decisions block Aiyuk's path, and none of them diminish the need for another reliable weapon. The Commanders could add Aiyuk, keep drafting youth, and still have the flexibility to move pieces around as they build the long-term structure of the offense. The beauty of an Aiyuk signing is that it doesn't limit them. It opens the door to more options, not fewer. So here we are, heading into the bye week with a losing record. Yet the fan base is buzzing, not because of the standings, but because of what's coming next. The pieces are lining up. The relationship between Aiyuk and the 49ers is fractured beyond repair. The release feels like a matter of when, not if. Daniels wants him. Aiyuk wants Daniels. The Commanders have the need, the cap space, and the momentum to make it happen. And after months of rumor, speculation, hints, and quiet nods, the path is clearer than ever. When the off-season arrives, Washington will be front and center in the chase, and unless something drastic changes, they won't just be one suitor among many. They'll be the frontrunner, the team to beat, the place Aiyuk himself likely has circled as his next home. And if that reunion happens, if Jaden Daniels finally gets his guy back, if the Commanders pair their franchise quarterback with the receiver he trusts most, then this entire storyline could shift from rumor to reality. From speculation to building block, Washington may be rebuilding the present. But this move, this connection, could shape their future in a massive way. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Guys, you will not believe what's happening right now in the NFL rumor mill. Word is, Marcus Peters, yes, the same cornerback who has lit up stadiums and minds alike, is making waves again. Three-time Pro Bowler Marcus Peters, who has built a reputation as one of the most explosive, fearless, and unpredictable corners in the league, seems to be stirring up conversations off the field just as much as he has on it. The chatter is everywhere, from locker rooms to social media threads. And if you thought Peters was just going to quietly add another season to his already decorated career, think again. There are whispers, intensely buzzing whispers, that he might be in the midst of yet another career-defining move. And honestly, this could shake up the league more than most of us anticipated. Now, we know Peters has a history that commands attention. Drafted in the first round by the Kansas City Chiefs back in 2015, he's had a journey that reads like a highlight reel of determination, intensity, and straight-up elite cornerback play. But it's not just the stats or the Pro Bowl selections that make him a hot topic. It's the aura, the kind of presence that makes quarterbacks second-guess their reads and receivers dread a single step in his direction. Everywhere he's gone, Chiefs, Rams, Ravens, Raiders, he's left a mark. People are still talking about the time he turned a routine coverage into a highlight. That would make even seasoned analysts drop their jaws. And now, here we are, with the rumor mill spinning faster than ever, and Peters' name right at the center of it. There's talk, really intense talk, that Peters is on the verge of something new, and insiders are hinting that it could be more than just a team change. Some suggest there could be strategic shifts, some scheme adjustments, maybe even a mentorship role brewing behind the scenes that hasn't hit the headlines yet. Fans and pundits alike are trying to piece it together. Will he stay in the same division? Or is Peters about to shock everyone with a move that flips the dynamics in ways we haven't seen since the major trades of the past decade? The social media buzz is palpable. You can practically feel it in the comment sections. On Twitter, Instagram, and every fan forum, people are speculating, debating, and even betting on the possible implications of Peters' next steps. And why not? This is a player whose name has become synonymous with high-stakes defense, game-changing plays, and moments that leave both teammates and opponents staring in disbelief every time he steps onto the field. There's that tension, that electricity that makes you lean a little closer to your screen, hoping you'll catch that moment where Peters does something audacious, something that turns the tide of a game, even if just for a single snap. It's that kind of reputation that fuels these rumors, and honestly, the NFL landscape seems to respond to him even when he's off the field. Here's where it gets even more interesting. People who follow Peters' career closely are hinting that his mindset has shifted. Yes, he's always been competitive, some might even say notoriously so, but there's talk that this phase of his career is about more than just stats and accolades. There are murmurs that Peters is looking at legacy, at influence, at the kind of mark that isn't just visible on the stat sheet but felt throughout a locker room, a team culture, even across the league. Imagine the conversations in opposing defensive coordinators' meetings. How do you plan for a cornerback who's not just a lead in coverage, but someone whose presence demands adjustments, inspires teammates, and perhaps even changes the approach of other players around him? That's Marcus Peters. And the rumor mill is suggesting that we might see him extend that influence in ways that could be subtle, strategic, or downright game-changing. We might be on the cusp of watching a player not just play the game, but redefine aspects of it. For his team, fans are already buzzing, and you know how fans are. They see a name like Peters, and the speculation becomes electric. Could this be a return to a team that feels familiar? A place where Peters' previous exploits are still remembered fondly, yet where the challenge is fresh, the stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting? Or are we looking at a completely unexpected twist? A Peters-level surprise that no one saw coming, which will force analysts to rewrite their narratives and mock drafts. The buzz is relentless. Rumors have a way of snowballing, and when someone with Peters' history and reputation is involved, the snowball can turn into an avalanche in the blink of an eye. Every snippet of news, every insider tip, every passing comment in a press conference is being dissected, and every small clue about Peters' next move is being magnified to the max. And let's not forget the style and swagger. Marcus Peters isn't just about stats and tackles. He's about attitude, about presence, about making a statement every single time he's on that field. The rumors circulating now hint at a player who is considering not just where he plays, but how he plays, what statement he's making, and how he can leave a lasting impact that goes beyond the ordinary. You don't get to 3 Pro Bowls without a level of talent that commands attention. And Peters' career so far has been a textbook case in turning talent into moments that people remember, moments that dominate highlight reels and get fans talking for weeks. And now, all of those discussions are spilling into speculation about what's next. The air is thick with anticipation. You can almost hear the conversations in team war rooms, the silent calculations by coaches and general managers, the strategies being formulated to either keep him in check or capitalize on his presence if he joins their ranks. Even beyond the professional circles, the rumor has fans imagining scenarios, matchups, and hypothetical showdowns that could define seasons. The mere possibility of Marcus Peters making a move, whatever form that move takes, has everyone holding their breath. Could he be the missing piece for a team looking to make a statement? Could he disrupt a division with his signature aggression and instincts? These are the kinds of questions being thrown around, and honestly, they're the kinds of questions only Peters can generate. His career has been built on these moments: unexpected interceptions, game-altering coverage, sideline celebrations that are as electric as they are defiant. And now, it seems, he might be ready to create a new chapter in a story that is already unforgettable. Rumors like this thrive because they feed on possibility, on the tantalizing unknown, and Peters is the perfect subject for that. Every decision, every comment, every subtle move is amplified because of his reputation and the aura he carries. People aren't just speculating on a roster spot, they're speculating on impact, on culture, on momentum. Marcus Peters doesn't just occupy space on a field, he reshapes it. And that's why the current buzz is so intense. What's more, insiders suggest that Peters' influence might extend beyond his on-field role. There's chatter about leadership, mentorship, and shaping younger players in a way that isn't overtly publicized but can completely transform a team's identity over the course of a season. Imagine a cornerback who not only shuts down opposing receivers, but also elevates the play of everyone around him simply through his presence and example. That's the kind of narrative the rumor mill is feeding right now, and honestly, it's electric to watch unfold. Even casual fans are catching on to the potential of what's happening. You don't become a 3-time Pro Bowler without leaving an indelible mark. And Peters has been leaving those marks for nearly a decade now. The intensity, the unpredictability, the sheer instinctive brilliance, it's all part of the package. And while we might not know exactly what's next, the buzz, the speculation, the sheer excitement around Marcus Peters' name is undeniable. Could it be a game-changing trade, a strategic masterstroke, a cultural shift within a team, or perhaps all three at once? The fact that we're even asking these questions is a testament to Peters' status, rumor or reality. The conversation itself has become a spectacle, one that keeps fans, analysts, and even casual observers glued to the unfolding story. So, here's the thing, as these whispers continue to swirl, one thing is certain: Marcus Peters remains at the center of the storm, wherever he goes next. Whatever he decides to do, the ripple effect will be felt far beyond the field. It's the kind of narrative every sports fan lives for, the high-stakes speculation, the endless what-ifs, and the thrilling possibility that a single player could alter the course of games, seasons, and perhaps even careers. Peters has always been that kind of player, and the rumors surrounding him now suggest that the best might still be ahead. So buckle up, because Marcus Peters is in action again. And if the buzz is anything to go by, we're about to witness something that could redefine expectations, rewrite narratives, and keep us talking for a long, long time. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.